Hi everyone. So today we'll be discussing the currency risk. So what is currency risk? The risk of change in currency is known as currency risk. So currency risk is a form of a financial risk, so it involves a monetary risk, so which arises from change in the price of one currency against the another. So if the exchange rate changes, whatever is the effect of that change of exchange rate on the company, on the entity's operation, that is known as currency risk. So currency risk only arises on the international transaction. So if there is a, you are making the sale in a foreign country, you are purchasing goods from foreign country, or you are making any sort of investment in foreign country, that all of that transactions involve certain currency risk. So if there are transactions involved within among the countries, among the foreign countries, so if the exchange rate between those two countries changes, then the currency risk will arise. So to explain the currency risk in detail, we need to understand that the total currency risk is being divided into various categories. So we have, first of all, the transaction risk. Transaction risk is one form of risk involving the currency risk. Then we have the translation risk, and then we have the economic risk. These are three types of risk which come under the currency risk. Coming on to the first type of risk, that is transaction risk. So, transaction risk is a risk which relates to one transaction, which relates to a single transaction, that is known as transaction risk. So, how do I explain the transaction risk? Let's take an example. There is a US company which is making sale to an Indian company. So, Indian company is an importer. It is importing the goods from the US company. Now, this Indian company has to make a payment to this US company. This Indian company needs to make a payment to the US company. Let's suppose the total invoice value that is to be paid by the Indian company is US dollar 100,000. Now, Indian company is required to pay the foreign currency. Now, let's say if the quote today, the exchange rate today given is INR 70 against $1. So if I see how much payment the Indian company needs to make to the US supplier, that would be $1 is equal to 70 rupees. So the $100,000 would amount to 70 lakhs, or you can say 7 million. So if we need to make a transaction today, then we need to make a payment of this much amount. Here there is no currency risk involved, because we know a spot rate today, and we need to convert our amount into that currency, so we can use the spot rate today and ultimately convert the currency into foreign currency. But what if the payment needs to be made after the period of 3 months? Now, if I need to make a payment after the period of 3 months, they say that the exchange rate changes to INR 73. Now, if the exchange rate changes to INR 73, what payment do we require to be made? After 3 months, the payment which is required to be made by the Indian company would turn out to be 73 lakhs. So due to change in exchange rates from 70 to 73, we need to make an extra payment of 300,000. That is your transaction risk. So transaction risk relates to a single transaction. As the name suggests, transaction risk, so it relates to a single transaction. So if I define this transaction risk, I would say that transaction risk is a risk which involves a single transaction. It is a risk of change in exchange rates from due date of the contract, or you can say the formation of the contract, till the settlement date. The risk of change in exchange rates from the date the contract has been formed till the contract is settled. That is known as the transaction risk. So let's see what are the key points of the transaction risk. So transaction risk is the risk of change in exchange rates from transaction date to the settlement date. So whatever is the gain and loss which arises from the conversion is covered under the transaction risk. So transaction risk arises when you are involved in the foreign export or import, and to in order to cover, in order to protect from the this sort of a risk, there are multiple hedging options. So you can go with the forwards, futures, options, swaps in order to cover this transaction risk. Now coming on to the next type of risk, that is economic risk. Now, what is economic risk? Economic risk is, you can say, a broader perspective of a transaction risk. So, under economic risk, we see what is the risk of change in exchange rates on the overall economy. We see the impact on economy as a whole. So, what effect does the change of exchange rate have on exports and imports of country? That is known as economic risk. So under economic risk, we see the effect of change in exchange rates and what impact it will have on the overall economy of the country. So let's say I am an Indian company making exports to a US customer. So if I am exporting the goods, so I expect to receive the payment from this US customer. Let's say the US currency depreciates. Now, if this currency depreciate, whatever I was supposed to receive in the Indian currency, I would receive the lesser amount due to the depreciation of US dollar. So as a result, I would like to not to export in this country because ultimately I'll be suffering from loss. Because whatever was my sale amount, because of the exchange risk, because of the change in exchange rate, I am receiving the lesser amount against it. So this type of impact of the change in exchange rates on overall economy or on overall exports and imports of the country is known as economic risk. So economic risk could be diversified away by not selling in a single country, instead selling in multiple countries. So you can make sales in Japan, Russia, to cover this sort of a risk. Why? Because even if the exchange rate of among two currency countries changes, the other exchange rates would be same. So as a result, your export would not get affected in these countries. That is known as economic risk. Now coming on to the translation risk. See, in this example, we have a company which has its headquarters in India. Now, this company is undertaking various transactions, has subsidiaries in different countries like US, UK, Japan, Russia. So, this country, which has this company, which has a headquarter in India, has various subsidiaries. Subsidiary 1, subsidiary 2, subsidiary 3, subsidiary 4 in different countries. So, as required under the financial reporting, this headquarter is required to maintain the standalone financial statements and consolidated financial statements. When preparing the consolidated financial statement, the headquarter will also refer to the financials of the different subsidiary and ultimately consolidate the result of different subsidiaries and head office itself to present the financial position and the performance of the group as a whole. So whenever whenever the consolidated financial statements of the group will be prepared, since this like subsidiaries has prepared their separate accounts in the different currencies itself, what they need to do is when they are preparing the consolidation, these subsidiaries needs to convert their financials into the head office currency. So ultimately, they'll be using the conversion rates. So the risk of change in exchange rates, if the exchange rate changes, the balance sheet, the consolidated balance sheet may show a difference either on the asset side or on the liability side. Because of the change in exchange rates, the asset side or liability side of the consolidated balance sheet may show a difference. So that difference is known as exchange difference, which may arise on the asset side or the liability side of a balance sheet. So that exchange difference is nothing but the translation risk. So translation risk is a risk which arises when we are preparing the financial statements. So it's not an actual risk. It does not affect the entity as such. So we would say that the transaction risk is a type of a risk which does not affect the profits of the entity, it does not affect the profitability position of the entity, and it does not affect the shareholders' wealth. So ultimately, what is translation risk? It's basically arises when the foreign assets or foreign liabilities are translated into the head office currency because we need to prepare the consolidated financial statement. So ultimately, the hedging could be done if hedging of this type of risk can be done by maintaining a balance between the assets and the liabilities. Otherwise, as such, it does not affect the profitability position and it does not affect the shareholders' wealth.